Hi folks, I'm Alan Christopher and I'll be your instructor for Marketing 113 this semester. Welcome, I'm glad you're here. You can read about me in the faculty profile or in the welcome letter, so I won't bore you with all of my details now, but I'll say that I'm looking forward to having a really great class with y'all this year. I've taught at Southern New Hampshire now for 3 years and I've enjoyed every semester of it. Let's go over a few things for the class just to kind of get you comfortable. You've got several elements to the class this year. If you look under the class information, you'll find the syllables you can print out. One of the things you can do is see how the grades are distributed out. You'll see all of the requirements that you have for the class, starting with the discussions, the introductions to MyLab, the MyLab simulation activities, the presentation, the final projects, of which there are 3 parts, and then the marketing recommendations part for a total of 1,000 points for the class. Let me talk about the discussion questions first. If this is your first class at Southern New Hampshire, this is really what makes up the backbone of what we do. I don't do a lot of lecturing. You do have a lesson every week in the announcements. You also have my thoughts on the discussion question, but the discussion question is where we crowdsource the information for the class and where each one of you gives your thoughts to whatever the question happens to be for the week, and then you respond to each other. What I'm looking for in the questions by Thursday night is some good serious thought. There's multiple parts to each question. I expect you to answer each part individually. If you don't, I'm going to go back and challenge you to redo it. Then by Sunday night, you have to post responses to your classmates. And in there, I'm looking for substantial responses. I don't want to just see you say, "Hi, Alan, great post, regards," whatever. That is not a substantial post. You didn't put any thought into that. By substantial and thoughtful, I mean that you challenge the post. You ask a question. You do some research. You find a website. You find an article that adds to what we're doing. Just telling somebody they did a great post and they really like it is not substantial, and you're going to get graded off of that. Just because we're not in a classroom setting doesn't mean you can't contribute. The discussion questions are where you do the contributions. One other point about the discussion questions close out at the end of each week. You have to do your first post by Thursday to get credit for it. You have to do the remainder of your post by Sunday. You can still do your first post even if you do it late. You'll get credit for the post, you just won't get credit for doing it on time. There is no posting after Sunday nights. Anything posted after that does not count. So just be aware that the discussion questions do close out at Sunday of each week. So make sure that you get on early, get your posting done, get it out of the way. We have in the past had issues sometimes where too many students wait until too late on Sunday afternoon or Sunday evening to try and get into the computer system to do this, and it causes things to bog down, and if you're on a real slow internet connection, you will not be able to get access to it. That's not the system's fault, so don't wait until Sunday night to get your work done. There's going to be several other elements to the class that we'll get into each week: the MyLab simulation, the presentations, and finally the final project, and we'll discuss each one of those each week as we go along. So for now, welcome to the class. Get started, introduce yourself to each other, have a little fun this week, and I'll see you online. Thanks. Bye.